Welcome back, TLP fans. We just finished Royal Rumble. Pretty good show. What do you think, Walk?
I liked it, Mike. It was a really good show, I thought. It had a lot of really good matches. A match or two thrown in there that I either couldn't get up for or just didn't give a shit about. But both Royal Rumble matches were fantastic. Mike, I know you and I talked about this too a little earlier. What's the best part about having a women's Royal Rumble match in addition to the men's?
What's that?
It's the fact that I don't have to wait 365 days in between Royal Rumble matches anymore. I only have to wait a couple hours.
That's true. I mean, but with all the greatest Royal Rumble crap they're doing now, you get to see that, dude.
Doesn't count. I don't count that. I don't watch it either.
The Evolution Battle Royal with Nia Jax winning.
No, my gosh.
Was it Nia Jax?
That's not even a Royal Rumble.
All right, I know. I'm just playing with you. It was great. I love the Royal Rumble. It was fun. Long show. I'm a little worn out, but hey, we're gonna get through this.
I'm very tired. Yeah, it was very long. I'm very tired.
Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to our podcast on iTunes and all the other forms of what you listen to. Subscribe, Tables Ladders Podcast. Follow us on Twitter, Tables TLP. And without further ado, Walk, get us started. What's our first match?
We're going to go ahead and just start it off with Becky and Asuka. We're going to talk about that real quick because it kind of feeds into the Women's Royal Rumble. Becky and Asuka. So lots of this is kind of a theme throughout the night, Mike. A little bit of a teaser, if you will. The four horsewomen, Becky, Ronda, Sasha, and Charlotte. Most of them throwing up the fours at one point. Wasn't. I don't know where that's going. It might just be more of a tease, if you ask me. That's what I think it is, just a little bit of a tease. Nothing really happening right now. But this match was really good. There weren't a double ton of huge spots or anything like that, but obviously I think the most interesting thing that's on everyone's mind is the fact that Becky tapped and it was clean. There was no interference or anything, which is insane in my eyes.
That was crazy. I can't believe they let Becky Lynch tap out like that. It was a phenomenal match. You were saying that earlier. Phenomenal match. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. It was a really, really good match. Just didn't like the clean finish. You got to protect Becky Lynch. She's your superstar. She's your megastar. She's the most popular wrestler in the WWE right now. Got to protect her. It's good for Asuka. They're showing a lot of respect for her and the title. But got to protect your top star.
Yeah, it makes Asuka look really, really good, but it makes her look really good at the cost of the hottest star in the company, and I don't really think that that's good.
Yeah, that's what it is. What do you think they're going to do with the four horsewomen thing?
I think it all leads up to a four horsewomen of MMA versus four horsewomen of wrestling match at some point.
When do you think that'll happen? I can't see that happen for a while.
I can't either.
But they're already starting to. I don't know. They're putting they're putting everything around. They're starting to build it up. All those little fours being held up. It was strange. So
Slow build is what it is.
With that, I want to transition to Ronda Sasha. Let's just do that. We'll just transition right into Ronda Sasha.
All right, let's do it.
So we saw Sasha put up a great match. Gave probably the best match to Ronda Rousey to date, at least the closest we've seen to Ronda Rousey being mortal, looking like she could potentially lose. So we saw that. Ronda picks up her first ever. Is that her first ever win by pinfall?
Oh, 100%. It's definitely her first ever pinfall victory, yes.
I know it's the first pinfall victory that she's used to retain the title. Yeah.
It's definitely the first pinfall victory.
Then after the match, I feel like that's where we saw the interesting stuff. We saw Becky get in Ronda's. Well, originally they shook hands in the middle of the ring, and then everyone was leaving. Ronda's outside of the ring. She's talking with Travis Brown, her husband, like she always does after every match. And then Sasha comes back, approaches her right outside the ring, shakes her hand again, but this time throws the four in her face. So the four, something's got to happen with it. We'll see what happens with it. There's rumors circulating that Ronda may take some time off after WrestleMania. Maybe that's just infatuated. She's just going to be less on the show, less time traveling. She won't be doing as many Monday Night Raws, probably something like that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. What you got to say about it?
It was a really, really good match. It obviously was the match that I believe was Ronda's best match to date in terms of like just actual in-ring product. It was the best one so far, I think. Yeah, I mean, Sasha, obviously, I think we all kind of expected it because Sasha's was the best competition she's faced so far, with the exception maybe of Triple H, but that was in her first match. But yeah, the interesting thing you said was the end when Sasha just threw the fours in her face, and I don't know. I feel like it's a tease. It's not anything we're going to see for a while, but we're getting to it. We're getting there.
Better than Charlotte Flair? The match wasn't better, but
I forgot that she had faced Charlotte Flair.
yeah, we didn't get a clean finish there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the best one she's had a full match with.
Okay, that's fair. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that's the end of Sasha Ronda just yet. They'll probably do something else, Elimination Chamber or whatever that pay-per-view is after Elimination Chamber. Fastlane, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Well, with that, let's get into a women's Royal Rumble.
I like number one being a call up or something like that. Lacey Evans being number one. I was excited about that.
She had a really good show. Really showed her off.
She did.
It was I think it was the only call up that they mentioned in all of those promos. That actually participated in either Royal Rumble, right?
Nikki Cross did.
Oh, Nikki Cross.
She had also kind of been on SmackDown before.
That's true. That's true. I forgot about Nikki Cross. But yeah, we didn't see EC3 or Otis and
Tucker Knight. Yeah,
and Tucky. We didn't see any of those guys. So I mean, it happened. But yeah, Lacey Evans looked fantastic. She went toe to toe with Natalya to start it off. Lacey Evans had her great stuff. We saw the Charlotte Lacey Evans side feud in the middle of the Royal Rumble match, which was awesome. That could potentially be something one day. I really hope to see it.
We were talking about that during there. That's a match that when Lacey Evans has been on the main roster for a little while longer and she's gotten just a little bit better, that is a match I cannot wait to see.
Yeah, I agree. I want to see it a lot. Real pumped about it. I loved all the surprise entrances. I liked they did more of the NXT stuff. It would have been nice to see one vet come out, but I think they did a very great job. I thought it was it was one of the best ways you could do a Royal Rumble match.
See, I didn't hate that they didn't put a vet in, and I'm going to tell you why. I didn't hate it because, to me, that's a sign that they're investing in the future by putting all these new, these new faces in the Royal Rumble as opposed to old ones.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's obviously also always really cool to see like a vet have a surprise pop in the Royal Rumble, but I much preferred them, having Rhea Ripley come out and make a strong showing, and Lacey Evans come out and make a strong showing. Nikki Cross didn't really have a strong showing, but I love Nikki Cross, and so I liked her coming out too. And I don't know, I preferred that much more.
Yeah, my favorite surprise call up was definitely Rhea Ripley. We're huge Rhea Ripley guys.
For sure.
Very pro Rhea Ripley podcast. Everyone knows that. We're probably the most pro Rhea Ripley podcast in any podcast.
Rhea, I'm just going to stop you right there, Mike. Rhea, if you are listening to this, which we know you are, we know you're a huge fan, feel free to come on and be the first interview the show does. We'd love to have you. We're definitely going to ask you some good questions, and feel free to come on. So I just had to get that out of the way.
If you come on this shirt, we'll get you the first ever TLP t-shirt.
Oh, there you go then. You heard it here first, Rhea.
All right. Other stuff I really loved. I loved the Candice LeRae, Zelina Vega spot. Call back to the NXT days. The Andrade versus Gargano feud they had. Loved that. I liked Zelina hiding under the ring. I liked the little hornswoggle pop. So I guess they did get the little veteran legend person, but he wasn't even in the match, so you still got it out of the way.
And technically, cool. I guess. Sure, yeah.
I liked that. It was kind of funny. I enjoyed it. It was a good little laugh. And then we saw Kairi Sane. We saw Io Shirai. That was pretty cool. We got to see them go head toe-to-toe with the Riot Squad. Maybe we see Kairi Sane and Io Shirai Elimination Chamber in 3 weeks, competing for the Women's Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that by any stretch of it. I feel like one of the stronger. They're obviously best friends, and they would be one of the stronger tag teams. but I think they're kind of building them up to be a tag team in NXT right now, and I don't know that the titles are unified between the main roster and NXT. But if they ever do get that way, then they should be the first team to compete, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think they were doing it that way, but yeah. All right, let's get to the big spots. You talking? You lead it through.
All right, well, I'll just go ahead and hit it out at first. Obviously, Lana coming in at, what was that, number 29?
Yes, 28.
28? Okay, Lana coming in at number 28. She had her injury from the pre-show match in which Rusev lost his U.S. title to Shinsuke Nakamura, but then she comes out and is unable to go, and after Carmella kind of waltzes on by, who else but the man herself comes out and gets the okay, so to speak, and marches on down to the ring.
We got to see Finlay and Hornswoggle all in one Royal Rumble match.
Dude, you know what's going to happen is that Vince McMahon is going to show up on Monday Night Raw tomorrow or on SmackDown and just berate Finlay for letting Becky Lynch in the match.
There might be some sort of, that could be a storyline in the future, but I wanted to point out, Lana was 28 because at 29 we saw Nia Jax, who took Lana, threw her into the ring, what is that? The barrier, I guess. The barrier, and then she crushed her ankle again. So, yeah. We saw Becky. She comes in at 30. She does the whole thing. And then she got attacked outside of the Royal Rumble as well, after a little bit of time in the match.
Becky?
Yes.
Well, after she got out, she was out on the outside for a while, kind of like laying there. And then she
eliminated Nia, yeah.
It was down to Becky, Nia, and Charlotte almost eliminated Nia Jax, but then Becky came out from the outside and pulled her feet out from underneath her and eliminated her. And so, that happened. And then, afterward though, was when Nia Jax pushed Becky off the steel steps and hurt her leg. So
yeah, and then Nia went on heel mode, attacked Becky, and that's when I got the feeling Becky's gonna win. Becky's finally gonna win. Oh,
that was kind of when I knew when she went down and she instantly grabbed her knee. I was like, all right, yeah, Becky's gonna win.
I wanted to call it another spot. We were talking about Becky Lynch just being all stone cold. We're like, she should just do the Lutez. What is it, Lutez?
I don't know.
I think it's Lutez. The Luthez press. Luthez. It's something. It's like that. Luthez press, where she does the stone cold move and just starts pounding on her the opponent's head. She immediately did that in the Royal Rumble, and we're like, no way, she just did that. She finally eliminated Charlotte. I got a little worried. Didn't know if it was really going to happen. I thought we were going to get the double elimination. Both women's feet touch at the same time. We didn't see that. Becky went over clean on one leg. She looked real emotional. The crowd went crazy, and WWE did it perfectly. Loved it.
Yeah, Becky Lynch Revenge Tour is live, folks. So if you're not on the bus, you better hop on now. That's all I got to say.
We've taken out Charlotte. We've taken out Nia Jax. We're going to take out Asuka. We're going to take out Asuka. We're going to take out Ronda Rousey. Both of them, they're done. They're done for. Anyone else that crossed her. There's probably an old ex-boyfriend.
Guess how many people that is? Four.
Four,
baby. Throw them up.
Oh, interesting.
Mike, that's it. I figured it out. That's our new sign-off for 2019 for TLP. Fours.
I'm going to still say top beef out.
Okay.
I like top beef out a lot.
All right, well then top beef out it is. Never mind.
Anyway, popped so hard for Charlotte. I don't think I've been that pumped for a match. Been that pumped for a Royal Rumble winner in quite some time.
Popped so hard for Becky, you mean?
Yeah, I don't know what I said.
You said Charlotte.
Yeah, I popped because Charlotte got eliminated and my girl Becky won. That's what I said.
Oh, whatever. Okay.
That's not what I said, but yeah.
That's not what you said at all, but all right.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I've never made a mistake on this podcast, ever. So yeah, Becky finally did it.
Department?
Huh?
Stats department has come back with a fact check that says that's wrong.
That's completely inaccurate. I was right. Hey, look. Oh, so they were just doing the WWE 24. They were at the bar we were at for WrestleMania.
We were there.
Oh. We're not on the 24 yet, but we might be. Oh, I took a picture with those guys. Sorry, I gotta stop watching this.
Everyone go ahead and check out the 24
I've met that guy.
The Big Easy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I met all these people. I was at all of that part of the events. I can't believe this is on the WWE 24.
All right, everyone go ahead and check it out because Mike and I were there. So go ahead and check it out if you can see.
I'm trying to see if we're like in this. Sorry, this is bad podcasting. Very bad technical podcasting, but we were there. We were there, and I'm pretty sure we're going to show up at some point on this thing.
All right, well, just cut this real quick. All right.
No, we're not going to make it. They cut out of the bar crawl.
Damn it, we were that close.
We almost made it, and then there's that slime ball, Sam Roberts. Anyway.
Ugh.
Becky. Way to go, Becky. So it's for sure Becky's going after Ronda Rousey unless we get some craziness where like, oh, she wasn't in the match, she shouldn't have won. Maybe we do something else.
Maybe. That might be how they do a triple threat, Ronda, Becky, Charlotte.
Yeah. Maybe Charlotte has to beat Becky to earn a spot or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So we're still in play for Becky, Charlotte, Ronda. What would you rather see? Would you rather see the triple threat or just Becky, Ronda?
No, Becky, Ronda.
You want to just see the Becky, Ronda?
Yeah, I really liked Ronda, Charlotte, but at this point, like, we've been waiting for Becky, Ronda since Survivor Series weekend. Mm-hmm. So at this point, not to have it would just be a disappointment in my eyes. They're the two hottest female superstars in the company right now. One of them is the hottest superstar in the world. Literally put them in the main event of WrestleMania. Let them have just a killer match. Let Becky Lynch be the one to hand Ronda Rousey her first loss, and let's go home. Let's have Ronda get written off TV for a while. It's the perfect way to do this. Don't fuck it up, WWE.
I agree. I like what you said. You made me say, yeah, I just want the one-on-one. What was I going to say? Oh, I wanted to say, imagine how different this WrestleMania and this Royal Rumble, this upcoming WrestleMania and this Royal Rumble would have been if Nia Jax never hits Becky, breaks her nose, gives her the concussion. I don't know if it'd be completely different because we would already have the Becky Lynch Ronda match. We never would have had this amazing Royal Rumble moment.
Yeah.
I mean,
would Becky Lynch still be the SmackDown Women's Champion?
I don't know.
She might be.
I don't know. I don't know where we would have been. I like this this universe better. That alternate universe where she doesn't get hurt. That one's probably not as cool.
Probably not. Also, does Nia Jax enter the men's Royal Rumble at number 30 if she doesn't break Becky Lynch's face?
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's just get to that. So the men's Royal Rumble. Well, it was okay. It was okay.
It was all right. I didn't hate it.
I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I mean, it was a Royal Rumble, so it's going to be good. But it wasn't the best Royal Rumble. I'll say that.
It wasn't as good as last year's. Last year's men's Royal Rumble was really, really good.
I agree. It was better. There was more drama.
We have to put it in context, though. Last year's was like the best we've had in like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, there was a lot of drama, and everything was like played out pretty well. It was really, really good. So anyway, this year's we had some good moments. We didn't get all the surprises we really wanted to see. We didn't see Velveteen Dream, I know, which is pretty disappointing. I know you were really disappointed.
As this is the most pro Velveteen Dream podcast on the net, we're very upset. We will be writing a formal letter of complaint to Mr. McMahon tomorrow, so make sure you check that out.
We did see Johnny Gargano and Aleister Black, which is cool. I think Aleister Black could actually be... is he doing the 6-man tag, the Sunday Night Heat thing?
Yeah, he is.
Show? Okay, well, I'm thinking Aleister Black might become a full-time member after this, but we'll see.
He's pretty good. I think he's getting pretty close to being called up, if we're being honest.
And then Johnny Gargano, he'll be doing his NXT stuff because he just won the North American Championship.
Yep.
Who was the other surprise? Oh, we saw some legends. We got to see Kurt Angle.
Pete Dunne.
Jeff Jarrett. Pete Dunne was awesome. He had a great showing.
Pete Dunne looks strong as always. Pete Dunne is just a really strong wrestler, dude.
Looks great, yeah. Very good showcase for the Bruiserweight. Awesome to see. And then we just had some odd spots. We had No Way Jose, who got eliminated immediately.
That's exactly the point I was trying to make. Why would you waste a spot on No Way Jose to be eliminated in the first second he's in the ring and not give the Velveteen Dream a good showing? What are you thinking, Vince McMahon?
There were some other weird spots. I can't.
Baron Corbin.
What did Baron Corbin do?
just Baron Corbin being in there, and then Baron Corbin eliminating Aleister Black. Like, what?
I mean, it gave him some heat. It gave him some heel heat, which they want. I didn't have a problem with anything Baron Corbin did. I mean, you knew he wasn't going to win, and I think that's the guy you want going out. It was weird how early Dean Ambrose got eliminated.
Yeah, I actually will agree with you on that.
And then they put like all the stars in very early, like all the favorites.
Yeah, they had lots of weird pops, and they also Dolph Ziggler eliminating Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I guess they want to keep that feud going.
I feel like you could. I don't.
They might be looking to do a retirement match with Drew McIntyre retiring Ziggler.
I think Ziggler wants to leave WWE.
That's what I'm saying. They're probably going to do a retirement match. Drew McIntyre versus Ziggler. Retirement versus something else. I don't know. But yeah, it's just going to be if Ziggler loses, he retires, and Ziggler's going to lose, and he'll probably be done. So, yeah, I guess that's what they're probably planning on doing. And then, let's get to the weirdest spot, which R-Truth comes in at 30. I mean, everyone knew he was coming in 30. He won the Mixed Match Challenge. And then you just bring out Nia Jax, who you know is not going to win. Why use her at 30? If you're going to do that spot, use it at any other point in the match. I mean, I like seeing her get RKO'd and hit with a 619, but at 30, it's not... Huh?
I was just going to say, that's what I'm telling you. The whole reason they did that was so they could have them hit some moves on her, get pops, and then throw her out of the ring.
Yeah. It was, I don't like wasting the 30th spot on Nia Jax.
I don't either.
It's just...
Especially for the men's. Like...
It's a cool little... I know, it's... Yeah, they have a Women's Royal Rumble. What's the purpose?
I mean, yeah, okay. The purpose for having a Women's Royal Rumble is like, okay, yeah, we have a Women's Royal Rumble. Like, we should have had this, like, years ago. But, like, part of the reason is also, like, so we don't have to do this shit anymore where we put women in the Men's Royal Rumble. Like, you know?
That's what I'm saying. There's no purpose of Nia Jax competing in the Men's Royal Rumble when she just competed in the Women's Royal Rumble. I don't know.
I don't either.
It was just... If Becky Lynch would have came out, I would have had a different opinion, because Becky Lynch is awesome. And Nia Jax is... just I don't like Nia... it's not that I don't like her because she's a heel and she just does that stuff. And she's just not as talented right now in her career. And it just doesn't make sense to waste a 30 spot on someone that could be a star.
I agree. She's just not as over. Like, I agree. If it was Becky Lynch, like, I would have reacted very differently.
We wouldn't even been having this conversation that much. But I mean, I still wouldn't want Becky Lynch to be number 30.
We'd be losing our shit because Becky Lynch would have 2 title opportunities because she won both Royal Rumbles. That's why we'd be freaking out.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to see Becky Lynch go face Brock Lesnar.
No, she's just going to unify the titles if she got both title opportunities.
I guess. I mean, I thought she would have to face like Brock Lesnar or
She'll
Daniel
beat the
Bryan.
new Daniel Bryan, that's all.
I guess it'd be cool to see her face Daniel Bryan, but I don't want to see her face Brock Lesnar.
She'll face Daniel Bryan, I'm telling you.
Well, I know if that was the case.
You know what should have happened? Finn Balor should have won. Becky Lynch wins the Royal Rumble, challenges Finn Balor to the Universal title at WrestleMania. Bam, beats Ronda and Finn Balor, holds the the Raw Women's title and the Universal title.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, let's finish the Royal Rumble. We got kind of sidetracked. So we saw Drew McIntyre not even make it to the Final Four. He got eliminated early. We got eliminated by Dolph Ziggler. Our Final Four ended up being Dolph Ziggler, Andrade Almas. We're a pro last names, full names podcast. We saw who were the other two? Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. So yeah, and then Andrade gets eliminated by Strowman. It was nice to see Andrade get the credit he deserves being the Final Four. They're showing a lot of promise in him, a lot of confidence there. Dolph Ziggler, weird being in the top 4. I mean, he was a surprise entrant, I guess. And then we saw Braun Strowman get hit with the curb stop, gets eliminated by Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, he's going to WrestleMania. Who's Seth Rollins facing at WrestleMania? Go.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar, for sure. I would kind of want to see the Seth Rollins Daniel Bryan thing, though.
That'd be cool, but I feel like they're trying to get the belt off Brock Lesnar, and
they could still potentially do like Braun Strowman or not Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, they're potentially.
So maybe we'll see. I think it's still open. to see who Seth faces. I kind of want to see him face Daniel Bryan more.
I think I want to see him do Brock Lesnar more. That'd be a really cool match. I just have this really cool visual in my head of him hitting the curb stomp on Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar sells so well. I think he could do something really, really cool with selling a curb stomp. So,
yeah, that's true. All right. Then we saw that's the men's Royal Rumble. We saw Miz and Shane go over the bar. Miz's dad is finally proud of the Miz for winning the tag team champions with Shane O'Mac. Miz's dad wasn't proud of him before when he won the WWE Championship, cashed in the Money in the Bank. When he went on to main event WrestleMania, wasn't proud of him when he was a superstar on The Real World on MTV. Wasn't proud.
Wasn't proud of him. Yeah, wasn't proud of him when he and his lovely wife and daughter have the #1 hit reality Miz and Mrs. Wasn't proud of him when they won an Emmy for that show. No, but he's proud of him for winning the SmackDown tag titles with the boss's son. Yeah, he's really happy about that, isn't he? Psh.
That's the greatest moment any dad could ever ask. Being the tag team champion with the boss's son. That's every dad's dream.
This is nepotism at its finest. That's all I have to say.
I can't believe they said that on the broadcast. I don't know what that was about. So that happened. I can't believe they actually won the championships. I don't know what they're going to do with them. Weird.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. It was weird. Just keep the... This is why on the main roster no one takes tag team wrestling seriously. Because you pull shit like this all the time, WWE.
Mm-hmm. All right, what do you want to finish with? Finn Balor or
yeah, Finn Balor.
You want to finish with Finn? All right, so let's talk about AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan.
I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say about this
match. The match was slow. It was right after the great Royal Rumble from the women's. So I mean, everyone got their pop. It was a bit. It wasn't a letdown. It was hard. It was a big come down. It was hard to get back up and excited for this after seeing Becky win the Royal Rumble. Nothing wrong with the match.
It was a letdown. I'll say it. It was a letdown.
All right. Well, that's what you thought. I didn't think it was a letdown. All right.
It just wasn't what they needed at that point in time.
I mean, it's hard to follow that Royal Rumble anyway. I agree. They could have done it better, but it's harder. And then we see the interesting finish where Eric Rowan returns, and he is now paired up with Daniel Bryan, I guess, because Eric Rowan hits him with a face slam. It's not a choke slam. He grabs his face.
Yeah, I don't know. Him. Yeah, Eric Rowan and Daniel Bryan look like every grunge band from the 90s that has ever existed.
I hope they call themselves the Flannel Boys, because it's going to be a great name, and I think it's funny.
That's a terrible name.
The Flannel Boys. It's such a great name.
No, it's a terrible name.
Flannel Boys out.
I checked my closet. I definitely have that flannel that Eric Rowan is wearing. I just want to point that out.
I am excited for SmackDown to see what Eric Rowan and Daniel Bryan are up to. Other than that, not much to say about the match. Daniel Bryan retains, as we thought. Not with the Eric Rowan thing. I was thinking it was going to be clean, but wasn't. Whatever.
Oh well.
All right, let's move on. Last match. Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar, and which was a really fun match. Walk, what'd you think?
I was really surprised by this, honestly. That number one, with how much offense they let Finn Balor get in, and just how strong he looked, and then also very shocked that they had him tap just kind of out of nowhere almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
very confused by all that.
I thought Finn was gonna win. He hits the coup de grace, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's gonna win this. He's actually gonna win the title. He gets that 2 count. Brock turns him real quick into a Kimura. I can't believe I know that the tap out finish isn't as fun as the pinfall finish to me.
No, it's not. It's the tap out. Like, I feel like the tap out is being used too much in wrestling nowadays, especially in WWE, because the tap out, the reaction to a tap out you should have is the way we reacted when Asuka tapped out at WrestleMania to Charlotte, because that was so unexpected that everyone was like, holy shit, Asuka just tapped out. No fucking way. Like, and it almost like the pop for that was way bigger than if Charlotte had pinned her. And so if you're going to have her do it, like, cool, like, have her that happen. But I don't know. I feel like, again, with Becky Lynch in the first match of the night against Asuka, and then Finn Balor here against Brock Lesnar. Just two taps that were not necessary and just hurt the character, if you ask me.
Which gives me the question: maybe we get Finn Balor versus the Demon, or not Finn Balor as the Demon versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Maybe. Seth, you know what? I'm going out on the limb. I'm going to say it. Seth's going to face Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. We're getting the Demon versus Brock Lesnar. Do I think that's actually going to happen? No, it's going to be Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar. But do I want it to happen? Sure.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
All right, anything you want to add to the Royal Rumble? I know you're tired.
No, that's all I really had. It was a good card. I love the Royal Rumble more than I love myself, and I'm very happy that I get two of them now every year as opposed to one. And I'm just very happy. I had both my winners were picking up, and so I'm really, really happy.
All right, and with that is the show. Thanks for joining us. A lot of fun in Royal Rumble. Make sure to subscribe. Rate it 5 stars. Come on, really hit that subscribe button. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, what are you doing? Hit it now. We'll be live tweeting Monday, Tuesday for Raw and SmackDown. Go follow us on Twitter at TablesTLP. We live tweet Raw and SmackDown there. Sometimes we do NXT. Sometimes we do other shows. We'll do Impact. We'll do maybe Japan shows, New Japan stuff. Whatever other wrestling is going on at the time. We'll do it all. Once again, subscribe. Thanks for joining us. Top Beef out.